All right, we're marching forward and we're beginning now to look at solving systems of linear equations and linear inequalities. We're starting with linear equations and begin by looking at graphs. Now, if we've got the graph of two lines, and if a system of equations has one solution, we say that the system is consistent. Furthermore, if there is exactly one solution, and we would know if there's one solution because there would be one point of intersection between the two lines, we say that that is consistent and independent. Now, if the equations are the same line, give us the same line, in other words, they're equivalent equations, well, then we would say that those are consistent. They have infinitely many solutions. We would say that those are consistent and dependent. And then lastly, if we have lines that have the same slope, which by definition means they're parallel, they are never going to intersect, then we say that the system is inconsistent. So let's look. We got several lines here graphed. We're going to focus in on two of those and then determine, are these consistent and independent, or are they consistent and dependent, or are they inconsistent? So let's see, our first equation is 2x plus 3. I see that that's represented by the blue line. And then I got y equals negative 2x minus 5, and that is the red line. And when I look at the red line and the blue line, I see one point of intersection between the two, right there. Okay, well, I already know then that this is consistent and independent. And I'm just curious, what's the solution to this system? Let's see, when x then is negative 2 and y is also negative 2, no, negative 1, hard to read that x and y axis, then that is our pointed solution. Let's see, what if I put negative 2 in for x, negative 1 in for y? I'm going to just do it in this first equation. All right, well, 2 times negative 2 is negative 4, and negative 4 plus 3 is negative 1, and if y equals negative 1, they're equal to each other. Okay, well, let's look at another one. Shall we? Yes, we shall. All right, once again, I got the same number of graphs up here, but I'm going to focus in on at least one different one, and that is this purple line represents the graph x, or the equation y equals x minus 5. And we're comparing it again to the red line, which says y equals negative 2x minus 5. Well, they don't have the same slope, so I know they are not going to be inconsistent. And they're not the same line, so they're not going to be consistent and dependent. And if I look at the two graphs, the red line and the purple line, I see that there is a point of intersection right down here. And therefore, they are consistent and independent. And just out of curiosity again, what is our solution? Let's see, x is 0, and y is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, negative 5. Well, let's see. If x is 0 and y is negative 5, then that would mean that negative 5 equals 0 minus 5. Well, Shazam, sure enough, negative 5 does equal negative 5. That's the solution. It's consistent and independent. Graphs, and just give you a tip, you have to think about this. Graphing may really be your friend.